morning. My name is Alan Lancaster. We're at Metalcrafts, a Tech America company in Savannah, Georgia now. To tell you a little bit of history of Metalcrafts, Metalcrafts was originally started in 1968 as a heavy plate fabrication company, hence the name Metalcrafts. In the early 90s, the company changed to where Metalcrafts became a roofing-only company. We split it up. My dad and me and my two brothers kept the roofing part of the business. We felt like the name Metalcrafts was important, and that's why we wanted the name, so we did that. So as we were continuing to grow in 2015, we were approached by Tech America to become a part of their great organization. We went through our time of discussion, negotiations, and actually in April of 2015, we became Metalcrafts, a Tech America company. Well, Metalcrafts, we tried to establish ourselves as, number one, being very professional. From my father as well as my uncles, they believed in doing the job and doing it right, and they instilled that into us. Cost was always important, but more important was making sure you did the job right. I tell people all along, our business was always built on relationships. 2015, when Tecta approached us, we felt like the timing was more right for us to consider it. And there was many reasons. There was not no one particular reason of why we agreed to come to Tecta. I don't know that if anybody else, any other company would have approached us, that I would have even considered it. Just because Tecta, they've been around now for a while, and they had the reputation of being strong. The people were strong. I mean, I knew the reputation of the people that had started the company, and it continued on as far as I was concerned. And I actually talked to some of the people that I knew inside Tecta when we were having the conversations to see, how they felt about the organization. And we, through the negotiations, they told us what they would provide for us, and for me, they did, and they offered. In my opinion, they offered to help us grow. And coming out of the recession of 2008, 9, 10, I mean, that was important. We had to build our own operation back here in Savannah. And it gave us a method of how we could do that. And we had, the backing, the support, not just financial, but the strength of everything that Tech offered. Never going through a large negotiation like this, it was an interesting thing. If we had a question, I picked up the phone and called, and my questions were answered. And we came to an agreement with each other that was very well, I think, tailored to where it fit both of our needs. The best part of being a part of Tecta is it's not one item, it's multiple items. They're professional. They're there to help you. They're willing to have a conversation with you, to share their experiences. If you need materials and you need help in something, they're there to help you. This is the individual companies. The staff of Tecta, oh my God, they're great. I mean, anytime I ever needed anything, there was always somebody there to help me. Several things changed in Metalcrafts becoming a part of Tecta. And I will say, because at the time we became a member of the Tecta organization, the family there, I was the one doing all the negotiation for buying insurance. All of those administration things that you, as an owner of a company, I don't care what the company is, but a company, all of those administration ideas, they didn't go away, but the load was taken off of your shoulders to where you were the only one responsible for that. The burden don't come only to you. So from those standpoint, these are things that changed administratively. As far as my people, I think Metalcrafts had a good insurance program whenever we became a part of Tecta, but I think our insurance program got better for my people. The other things that came about is the amount of training that Tecta offers to not just my office people, but to my field people. Safety, while we thought we were very safe, and we had a good safety record, don't get me wrong, we had a great safety record as far as I was concerned, but I found out we could be better. And the training for safety for my people got better. I mean, Tecta's constantly doing training. It's unbelievable how much training they do. And if you feel like they don't do enough, they're actually asking for more opportunities. What else can we do to help our people? But by coming in Tecta, because it's an open conversation for everything. You know, and these little questions, but they all matter when you're building a business and you're trying to establish something that is good for your people. You know, so those are the kind of things that would, you know, by having an organization like Tech America is great. I feel like my people have fared well, but I'll tell you this: I've asked my people, and my people, I have not had anyone tell me that was here before Tecta, that stayed after, you know, the Tecta move, that had any regrets. Because if it was not a good move for our people, then it wasn't a good move. I don't care if it was a good move for me. It wasn't a good move for our people, because we're no better than our people. People from Tecta organization came in and worked with our people from an operations standpoint. They were right there to help me, and they did. And the relationship just continued. They actually built stronger on our relationship with each other, that we were able to learn how to make that transition over. If someone asked me, you know, and some advice as far as if they're considering becoming a Tech America company, I would tell them first to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask any question whatsoever. Anything that you're not sure of, not comfortable with, ask the question. Because whoever you're negotiating with, they'll give you an answer. But tell them you want to talk to somebody inside the organization, one of the other presidents, one of the, you know, people who maybe have gone through this, and ask them that question. You know, because I believe they'll totally be honest with you. It's great in that especially when we were running through the material shortages issue. I mean, it's almost like there was I don't know what you call it, a tree of knowledge where people constantly were talking to each other. I'm talking about different companies, you know, different type of operations, talking one to another. I need 12,000 screws this length or whatever. Can anybody help me? Well, I mean, immediately everybody's helping each other. It's just amazing the cooperation and assistance that each unit gave each other. You know, and it was not selfish. It wasn't just, we're a team. We're a family. Before we became a part of Tecta, most years we had profit sharing, you know, shared profits with our people. But when the years were not as good, we did not. After we became a part of Tecta, every year we've been successful enough that we have shared profits with our people. And I feel, I can't guarantee it, but I feel that it has helped, you know, some of our employees, you know, have a closer relationship and a more connection to the company, because they know the company's looking out for them. So by becoming a part of Tecta, it gave us a financial backing to where we could do larger projects than we had done in the past. I mean, you know, as a small businessman, and I mean, cash flow, it dictates. I mean, you have to pay attention to your receivables. You have to pay attention to your cash flow per se. Now, not to say you don't have to do that at Tecta. You still have to do that at Tecta. But the fact that you're dealing with you're with a larger organization, the pocket becomes bigger. The pile becomes bigger, to where you have the ability to go out and do larger jobs because your bonding capacity becomes bigger. Your capabilities of having the fact that there are other Tecta units, that we have a process called resource sharing, that now you can work with other Tecta units to help you get work done. So I got several examples. The first one being the second year we were into Tecta, or the first full year we were in Tecta, we picked up a very large project for re-roofing the hospital in Beaufort County, the Naval Hospital there in Beaufort County, which is in South Carolina, across the river from where Savannah is. In that project, I mean, from a standpoint of size of the project, I don't know that Metalcrafts would even try to take the project on by itself. But we did, because we knew we had Tecta behind us. So that was one part. But the next part was, I believe we used 5 different Tecta units at different points in time on that re-roofing of that hospital. And it was, I mean, and they were all great. I mean, we even used one company out of Milwaukee, can I use names? FJ Christensen. During the wintertime, they sent their boom crane operator and some operators in to help with our equipment. So we rented a piece of equipment, the crane Bear, and we had a licensed operator that was a Tecta person that ran the unit. tremendous money savings. Would I join Take to America again? Absolutely. There would be no question whatsoever. In fact, knowing what I know now, I probably would have done it sooner.